All right, so here we are in Procreate. I'm going to show you how I went about starting the whole sketch and how I painted the background. Okay, so I'm going to open my layers here for you, and you'll notice I did all my background sketches in this blue color. It makes it a lot easier to see over top of paint colors and that sort of thing, so that's why we picked blue. And I made them all in different layers. I've got my background layer here, and then, my witch, my cat, my cauldron, and then I had, other elements on different layers because I was actually like layering them. Like I wanted the sky to be in the very background. So that is a layer of its own. I wanted to add the moon on top of that, actually underneath that, and I kind of blended the two together. Um, and then I wanted to add the grass, but I wanted it to be on top of the sky, so it kind of overlapped. So that's why it's its own layer. And then I added this house, but I wanted it to be in front of the sky, but behind the grass. Do you see how I'm doing this? And then I added these bats in the background, and I added the smoke out of the chimney. And I mean, that's what it looks like. I'll turn off my sketch layers so you can see the final product here. Boom. And this is what my background looks like. So what I want to do is I'm going to play my playback time-lapse video for you, and you can watch me go. So I sketched lightly, right? And I used the tools. Look at, both of those things I drew way too big and ended up using my selection tool to make them smaller. You see me drawing and redrawing things until I like it, right? So I did the characters first, turned them off, did the background, turned them back on. Here's my painting of the sky. I used a lot of paintbrushes to blend the colors. I used a lot of lights and darks. I used the smudge tool a lot because I wanted to make it painterly and I wanted to make it kind of blurry and smudgy, right? I used the Gaussian blur tool. I did put some details, like right now I'm doing the details on the roof and the house, which you can't really see too well, but they're in there. I used the Gaussian blur to blur it all because I wanted it to feel like it was off in the distance in the background. I used a lot of texture brushes in the grass to make it look like grass, right? A lot of these things I drew way too big and then, used the selection tool to make it smaller. So there you have it. That is my nice, simple, I thought it was a lot of fun actually, to paint the background. And make it all painterly and use all the different types of brushes and try to get that glowing effect like that looks like light from the moon and from the windows. And I even actually used some blend modes. See? Like on the smoke here, I made that a color dodge, which made it this really cool purpley color. And blended it with the layers behind it. So I used a lot of those options. Things you guys already know how to use in Procreate, but I just kind of put them all together here to make this background. And then we're going to make our characters in Illustrator, and we'll put them right on top of this background, and then I'll show you later how we blend the two together.